Hello there, September the 22nd today. It's quite a while since I've actually done a post in the garden anyway. I tend to neglect the garden a little bit. I've been on putting a new polytunnel up and trying to get that all finished for the autumn set in. Thought we'd post today, basically just to bring you up to date. The garden's a bit of a mess at the minute, most people's will be. What we're trying to do now is start to clean up. We're ready to start setting leak heads. I've started already with friends being here. Couple of days helped me. We've got quite a few already done. As you can see, there's quite a bit of stock here behind me, so you can see all the way around. But we'll show you a few as we go around. Weather's been quite decent up to now. It's been a lovely day the last 2 or 3 days. Big difference in forecast tomorrow, where we've had 20-21 degrees the last couple of days. Tomorrow's forecast for 11 degrees, actually turned to winter. Nighttime temperatures, we've been getting like 9, 10, 11s. As from tomorrow, 5 degrees forecast. So there is a big change in the shift, and obviously we know the time of the year that we're coming around to. It is clean up time, and I'm going to explain a few things as we go around. I'll turn the camera around and we'll have a look at what's going on. Right, this is stock plants, all leeks, mainly blanched leeks, a few pot leeks at the far end. This middle bed, if you remember, this was where the tomatoes were growing in front of some more stock plants. Tomatoes I had in here were absolutely tremendous. I hadn't intended to come back and showing you when they were more or less in full crop. The 3 varieties that I mainly grew in this particular bed, at the far end there was Riesling, which is a small plum tomato, beautiful in flavour, very good cropper. It's out of Medwin's catalogue. And I would recommend it to anyone. The flavour was superb, and it is one that we're putting down as one of our main crops for next year. Large ones, large fruited ones, intermediates. I think one of the better ones that I've grown probably for the last 5 or 6 years is Maisie. Again, it's from Medwin's catalogue, and it was absolutely superb. Large round fruits, beautiful for exhibition, lovely flavour, stayed very well on the vine, lasted a long time. And a tremendous crop, really heavy. Nearer this end we had Red Dragon. Red Dragon was a lovely flavoured tomato. I wouldn't say it was it was a good cropper, and there was some lovely quality fruits on there. Would have been good enough to show, but they were a little bit indifferent. On each truss we had a few large ones and then a few quite small ones. So it wasn't the best variety I've grown, but having said that, I am including it for next year. It is a very good variety. We'll take a look at some different varieties down the bottom. They've been plundered today actually, because I've had the whole family up. They're all having salads the last fine day, and they've all taken tomatoes away, cucumbers and peppers. In this particular bed we had 26 tomatoes in here, and the weight of fruit that was on them, I always tell people make sure you stake them up properly and make sure we've got no problems, because you don't want them snapping. Well, I have got wires, as we can see here. These are high tensile steel wires running through the full length of the greenhouse. There's 4 of them running through this particular house, and I had them connected to a spar at the far end, a piece of timber which went the full width of the back end of the polytunnel. It was held onto the polytunnel frame with 10 4-inch screws, and the weight of tomatoes actually pulled all the screws out of the joints, and all the tomatoes collapsed onto the floor. It was unbelievable the weight that was on it. So a bit of a disaster. So about a month ago, I didn't get a chance to show you the tomatoes. I actually cut them down, and it's more or less what you can see here, the stumps all the way along. They had to be all pulled out now. A few lettuce that wasn't pulled were onto seed. Chives that haven't been watered died off. Basil still cropping now. Peppers have been brilliant. As I say, I've cut them all off today. I took a big box full up for the family. Oh, I'll just show you this while we're talking. This bed was a bed that collapsed on me, and I haven't used it this year. And as you can see, with not growing anything in it, the mare's tail has literally taken over. It's unbelievable how it's totally taken that bed over. If we look at this bed, 12 months ago this bed was identical. It was totally covered in mare's tail, exactly the same as what I've just shown you, and I haven't used any weed killer. I've just done war on it with consistent work. Every week or two, well, sorry, not every week or two, every day or two, I've come in here. If there's been a bit of mare's tail, I've actually just pulled it out by hand. Now, this was dug over in the autumn, last year, and I removed as much of the root out as possible, but you never get all the root out because it's about 2 foot deep. Here is a tool which I've used since then. It's a garden fork, as we can see. I've cut the 2 ends off and kept 2 spikes. Basically, this is what I dig the root out with so as I don't disturb any other plants. So if I had mare's tail here, that would go in, and I would just dig it up like that and pull mare's tail gently out. As you can see, that's not mare's tail, it's a different root. But there was mare's tail bad in here, and just because I've consistently been at it all through the year, there's none at all. This bed hasn't been touched now for well over a month. As you can see, it's quite dry and things are dying in it. But no mare's tail showing. Now, I'm not saying that we'll not get mare's tail again in the spring. I probably will. As I'm turning the bed over and adding manure, I will pull out any more root I can find. But I think another year the way I've done this year, and I think we'll have eradicated the problem in this particular bed. Hopefully we will have exhausted the mare's tail. So that's hopefully going to be happening in this bed next year. Fertiliser in ready, joining his base, fish blood and bone. A lot of hard work to come on. Seaweed, these are the mainstays. Some jalapeno peppers, that's a branch which snapped off. I've just hung it up there ready to take fruit off as we need it. Fruit's been good, and I'm more than happy. Right, moving down, I've still got beetroot in, and I've still got the climbing French beans at the far end. Onion beds all stripped out. As you can see, just a few onions strapped up there. Most of the stock plants are out now. A few blanchies still to go. We'll take a look. There's some dwarf French beans in here which are finished now. The whole place is a mess at the minute, just wants tidied up and cleaned out. Right, let's take a look. These were nice. These are new varieties of tomatoes that I've tried. This one is Superb Plum, and it was superb. It's had some beautiful fruit on it. They're starting to get past it now, but as you can see, nice fruit. That one's splitting. But as I say, I've had my daughters up today, and they've actually stripped these plants. They're getting quite a bit of fruit off the day. Beautiful flavour, lovely tomatoes. I've still got a few Socrates hanging. These are just for eating purposes, but they've been really good. I've had loads and loads of fruit off. Moving along into the orange tomatoes, which are very sweet, beautiful, been really heavy crop on these. Again, the daughters have fairly plundered them today. This particular variety, Orange Peruche. A very nice sweet variety, and it hasn't split the way I think it's Sun Cherry or whatever. It hasn't, but this hasn't split like that. More cucumbers hanging there. As I say, the cucumbers have been excellent. 1 or 2 have been wasted. They've gone yellow, like you can see here. They've gone. The poultry's eating them, the hens. But tomatoes have been great. This has been a very nice looking tomato. Good flavour as well. Real heavy trusses. Been excellent. If I can find the label. This is actually Sun Cherry. You would think it would be a yellow one, but it's not. It's a red. It has been very, very nice. Lovely sweet fruit. Moving further along. See if I can find the label on this one. Here we are. This one is Golden Cherry. Been a very heavy cropper. Lovely long trusses. My daughters didn't get this far along. They've stripped all the fruit off the far ones, but they haven't gotten here. And as you can see, these are lovely fruit. They're not splitting, and the flavour has been beautiful and sweet. It's a one that I can recommend if you like very sweet tomatoes. More cucumbers. Right, you can see they haven't got this far along because the bottom trusses are still laden on these ones. Very nice. It's a larger fruited one. It's not a large fruit, it's a medium. I believe this is a cross between Gold Star and Gardener's Delight. And the fruit all the way up has been excellent. Now these were very slow to start, and I didn't think they were going to make it in the early stages. Kind of lost interest a little bit. But as you can see, they've come well now, and Again, lovely flavoured fruit. So really there's a few nice ones there to grow from. Next year we've decided to grow Maisie and Red Dragon as our large fruited ones, and then I'll probably choose definitely Zenith, probably this one, Golden Cherry. It's been excellent. And one more we thought was very nice was the little plum at the far end. This one, it's like a small plum, and that was Superb Plum. So that's probably my choice for next year. Right, we'll move further around. As I say, we'll just start to clean up now. It'll probably take me a month to get around the whole place and get it cleaned up. The beehive's still working well. 6 o'clock in the evening here. It's turned cool now and the bees are still buzzing around there. They've done very well. Done the pollination job superb for me. You can see the coleus are going limp. I haven't watered in here for a good few days, but they have been superb plants, really big, large plants. I've started to let them go now. They're starting to flower. Normally I wouldn't allow them to flower, but the plants have been 3 foot across. Very nice varieties. Right, moving into stock plants. As you can see, I do keep a lot of stock plants. What I will show you with the stock plants, you need to keep those middles opened up. Take this as a typical plant. Move up there. These were cut off at the base, roots cut off and reduced in size right down to small plants. Now that one we will open up. Just so we can see that centre growth popping through, and that's what we need. On some plants, if it's not doing that, which a lot of them don't, as you can see, here's one where it's sticking together. Open it up gently. Difficult with one hand. As long as it opens up, that's fine. So you can get that centre growth out. Some of them are fairly difficult. Let's see if I can find it. There's one here. Right, if we look at this, it's nice, it's fast there, and that's difficult to open. There's actually a sucker in there, so this will be thrown out. If I see anything like that, they do get thrown out. And there are 1 or 2 already gone out, and there'll be 1 or 2 more still to go out. I'm going to put the camera down just for a sec because I am going to split this one right one fast. See if I can do it. Now I'm going to have to put the camera down for 1 minute. Right, you look at that and say, oh, what's he done there? But I've literally parted it down. Instead of peeling it that way and opening it up, I've peeled it sideways and split it right out. But at least it's let all the centre growths pop out there now, and that'll not lock up again during the winter, so that's okay. Plenty of nice heads over the back here. These are all looking quite decent, as you can see. Enlarge the camera there. So we've got nice grass to set, and we've also got some seed, some good seed to rub out. Moving along, good grass heads. Moving further along, nice grass heads. 1 or 2 there I'll have to watch out, just starting to dry out, so they'll be the next ones that I would look at setting. But as you see, I've got plenty to go at, and these will be getting set over the next month. Onions, it was only a couple of days ago I actually cut all the heads off. As you can see, the stalks are drying out, and the heads were really big, full of seed, beautiful seed. It started to open, so the black seed was actually starting to crack the pods open. That's the time you need to remove it because they'll start to shed onto the floor if you don't do that. So I've removed all the heads and they were looking quite good. There's more nice sleek heads here, beautiful and fresh. Because I grow a lot, I still have some which are still in the sheath size. As you can see, I've got a few that haven't opened up yet. Not very many. The bulk of them are open now. As you can see, that's another one there. These ones will still open up, and I have a few outside as well. So that's a quick look through the stock houses. What I will do now, we'll take a look at the new greenhouse that I've put up. Put you on hold here, and we'll go up into the new polytunnel and we'll have a look what's happening up there. Right, we're back up onto some stock plants. A good friend of mine's brought these. He's won the national a couple of times. Nice leeks. They lay on the bench for a while before I actually cut them off and put them back to seed. They're just starting to pop out. So all decent, no suckers or anything. Right, these are outside benches I've erected up by the fence, and as we can see, they are strawberry plants. And they're actually producing a few strawberries as well. My grandson's 5-year-old Harrison, he's in the garden with me a lot. He's at school at the minute, so I haven't had help this week, but weekends he comes up. Anytime he's up here, he loves to be in the garden with me, and he actually took most of these cuttings, so we snipped them off. They were just runners off the strawberries. He's potted them all up. These are younger ones, as you can see. Nice new centre growth popping out there. They're looking good. This variety is vibrant. It's a good commercial variety. It's an early fruiting one, large fruit on it, and the bottom ones are flamingo, which is another commercial variety, and it's a later version. Right, looking here, this is the new polytunnel which I've put up. Just move back a little so we can. Camera's not allowing me to. Sorry. Still learning with this camera. There we are. Moved it down a bit. Right, this is the last polytunnel which I've been busy with. That's how I haven't been putting posts on, because I've been busy trying to get this ready. Joe Keeler made the 2 seats for me. Not that I've got a lot of time to sit on them. But the fruit garden is just behind here. There's still some apples, and there's still plenty of strawberries, and actually more runners coming off. Quick look inside here. This is 40 foot by 21 foot. I've put portable benches down the sides. These just lift off, so there's trenches underneath, so I can grow a few violas for my winter tubs. This is a brand new leek. It was a seedling I had from the JSN. Again, skinned right down. It was a good size, and it was a nice quality leek. These, that we see here, this will all be stripped off as well. I do strip them down. It's just the centre core that I'm looking to get, you know, to grow on. These ones are the virus-free leeks, these are virus-free Cumbrian. These are the ones that I got from the test tubes in the early stages. And as we can see, the centre growth's coming away lovely. Now, I've just opened these 2 up. That one and this one, which I split sideways again to show you. I tried to do a video earlier on today, but I got interrupted too many times. It was still a bit early in the afternoon. Anyhow, these were superb quality. Cumbrian, lovely smooth bottoms, very round. They made 17 inches around in the trench, 17.5 some of them. They weren't saddled on the bottom. Very nice leeks, and I've got high hopes for these for future years. Moving back along. A few more onions strapped up. We'll take a note here. You'll see what I've done. The 2 centre benches, I've actually erected mesh shading up over them. We've got a little fly killer here in the greenhouse. It's doing a job. It's killing quite a few flies. I also put frost protection fleece up here, and this goes over a framework, as we can see, and it covers the 2 benches, and it's basically to keep the hot sun off the plants, young plants that were setting away, but also when the temperature does change, it will keep the cold out and help to keep them warm for rooting up purposes. I've still got more timber in to do the benches behind here on the opposite side. Still quite a bit of work to be done in here. Get this turn. See, I'm not a professional. I forgot how to use the camera. That's it for today. As we go and as I get setting, you know, more heads, I'll do a little bit of camera work, and we'll try and get back on track where we do maybe something every couple of weeks anyway. That's great. Thank you very much now. Nice to see everybody again. Bye bye.